All aspiring consultants, I hope you're all having a great day. So in this short video, it'll only take about 5 minutes, I want to explain the importance of having a strong case partner who can give you adequate feedback that allows you to progress every time you complete a case. You see a lot of people on the internet talking about how many cases you should do. Should I do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, over 100 cases? Like how many should you actually do? Now, there's no correct answer, and every person is going to be different in the way that they want to prepare and the amount of volume they want to do in preparation. However, the most important thing to consider here is the quality of the cases you're doing. If you're completing 30 quality cases, that's going to be so much better for you than completing 80 low quality and just high volume of cases. You want to remember that every time you complete a case, you're getting adequate feedback and having actionable steps that you can take to improve for the next case you do. So in this quick video, I want to quickly explain exactly what your case partner should be doing every time you get a case and what you should be doing every time you give a case. What you want to be doing is you want to have a structured way to record information and provide feedback to the interviewee when the interviewer is giving a case. So it's really important that when you have a case interview, that the feedback you're getting will allow you to progress next time. So what do I mean by having a good case partner? Now, anybody can pick up one of Wharton's case books and just give a case, right? You can then look at the answers and compare and contrast, but there's more things within a case that are important to understand rather than just talking about the answers. There's things like, how did you solve the problems? How did you break them down? How did you communicate the problems? How were you able to interact with the interviewer? Was it a one-way or a two-way? Was it interviewee or interviewer-led? Like, there's so many different nuances that the interviewer must consider and must grade you on so that you have an adequate grasp on how you performed in that case. So here's a sample template that I recommend you use. I might link it down below as well so you get access to it. But it's a really simple one, right? So you have a simple name, date, and session number so you can keep track of your casing, so that as you progress from case 1 to however many you do, you can see how the improvements are going. You want to quickly just type out the case name and type, so what the name of the case is, and was it, say, a profitability case, a merger and acquisition case, and all those kinds of things. So that when you're tracking your data, you can see what your strong types are and what your weak types are, and you can focus more heavily on the weak types. Now, there's probably about 6 or 7 key areas of a case, right? There's the case opening, which includes the prompt, ask clarifying questions, and all of that. There's the framework, both the building and the presentation of it. There's market sizing questions or estimations. There's any case math involved. There's qualitative analysis, which can include brainstorming and things like that. There's chart and data interpretations, and there's a final recommendation. So for 90% of cases or 95% of cases, these will be all the areas you require. Now, there might be a few nuances in certain cases, but if there are, just add them in. What you need to consider in all of these as an interviewer when you're providing feedback or receiving feedback is what are the different components within each of these areas and how can you break them down for the interviewee so that when you present the feedback to them, they generate the best outcome. So the case opening, think about how do they communicate, how much information do they remember, what were their clarifying questions like, were they relevant to creating a better framework, and how did that all operate? With the framework, was it clear, concise, was it communicated effectively, and was there a clear linkage to the case objective? You can compare and contrast with the answers of the actual casebook, but it's important to remember that it's more than just the answers. Same thing with market sizing, same thing with case math, same thing with all these different components. It's important to consider the way the answers were structured, the way they were communicated, and then the end result of the answers. By the end of the case, you want to be able to provide a short summary of an overall feedback. So a quick 2 or 3 sentences of what the interviewee did well, what they didn't do well, and then what their 3 focus areas should be from now till their next case. So what are they actually going to go away and work on? And what are the actionable items they can do to improve? So for example, say their case math was an issue and they really struggled to grasp what the concepts were about. Then one of the focus areas could be understanding case math and understanding quantitative analysis. So then the person who is being interviewed can then go away and improve on those specific areas and understand more about case math and understanding how to break problems down so that they can solve it the next time. So it's really important that these things happen. And if they don't happen, you're actually just going to be doing a volume of cases and it's going to be useless in terms of your preparation. So what you need to consider next time is, one, do you have an adequate feedback system? And are you providing an adequate feedback system to your case partners? Two, do you have adequate cases and appropriate cases that you can provide this feedback on? And three, is your case partner, do they have the ability to, actually provide this feedback? And if so, are you recording it effectively so that you have the actionable items you can go away and work on between now and the next case? So I hope this makes sense, and I hope it sort of sheds a bit of light on the importance of the feedback that you get relative to, say, an amateur who may be casing you and not giving you adequate feedback. So it's important to think about the quality of the cases, not just the amount of cases you're doing in terms of the quantity. So use this as a framework and go through each of these steps when you're recording for a case, and it will help you so much more than what you do currently. So good luck in your case prep, and I'll see you in the next video.